Hello, everyone. We are with Coach Bones, Richard Bones, as an Rams TV interviews for 2017. Welcome to Rams, Coach Bones. Can you tell us about yourself?
Long history. This is my 10th year in Europe, coaching in Europe. Last year I was coaching I was in Egypt with Coach Wise. We actually coached against each other. My team fortunately came out on top. His team was run up in the Egyptian league, and we had the two top teams in the country. Year before that, I was in France, coached in the second division, which we were fortunate to win the national championship and allowed the team to move up to the elite level. Previous before that, I spent 1 year in Serbia in 2014. Before that, I was in the Norway, and each year, and then previous before that, I went back to 2012. I was in Serbia. So each team has been in the national championship, which I've been fortunate. I'm more like blessed that every time I've been in the championship for the past 6 years now. Before that, I spent 2 years in Germany, GFL, one in the north, one in the south. Before that, Denmark and the Danish national team. And Switzerland was my first. Actually, Switzerland was my first job winning the Swiss national championship. So it's been a long career. I hope we got enough tape, but it's been a long career. Yeah.
Yeah, we have pretty much time.
Yeah.
So you should have many trophies back at home, right?
A lot of medals, a couple of rings. The goal is to get another one here. I mean, this would be my fourth consecutive national championship this year, and my third in European.
Hope so. And this is a new continent for you to be the champs, right?
Well, of course, yes. That's the goal, to win a championship, and joining Coach Wise that was a no-brainer. I was able to see how he coached and how he coached his team in Egypt. And his team was probably one of the toughest teams for us to prepare for because they were so well balanced. And the national championship game it was just a slugfest. And you respect the guys like that, especially in this profession. When you see guys, you meet guys through. It's really a small world that you meet guys, and then you kind of 360 around and end up running back into them somehow, some way.
So, what will be the Rams' defensive mentality this year?
We're going to play fast. We're going to play multiple fronts. We should be able to play against any type team we meet, whether it's a running team, passing team, play aggressive, tackling. Really, the mentality for us is just everybody's on the same page and just doing your job. It sounds easier. It sounds easier than it really is, but I think once when we get the scheme down, guys are going to be really interested and really excited about what we're doing. Learning something new is always a good thing, but to push them above and outside their limit, I think that's the key. And being successful is another thing. Our goal is never going to wave. We want to try to keep teams to 2 touchdowns or less, because we want to allow our offense to do the work, and we'll do the dirty work, and we'll let them go out and do the score.
Yeah, defense wins the game, right, Coach?
Of course. Defense always win championships.
So you and Coach Wise, like you said, knew each other before. So how did this affect your decision while joining to Rams?
Oh, it was for me, just like I said, it was no brainer. You meet guys that you respect them, and even in Egypt, we hung out together. And it wasn't like it was a real rivalry, because we were there doing the same job, man. We were trying to achieve the exact same thing. If we had lost, if I had lost to him, I would have respected that. I'd rather lose to a guy that who's out there really coaching and I have nothing but the highest, regards and respect for him. So working with him, no, it's I have no problem with that. I think we're going to enjoy this season.
Hope so. So far, you have seen some varsity level games in the university.
Yeah.
What were your first impressions about them?
Well, being coaching in Egypt, the guys they're really good athletes, but their knowledge level isn't good. Here, it's the totally opposite. They got good athletes, but their knowledge level and their skill level is really high. And that's easy to work with. You have a lot more tools to work with. The guys get it. They pick up things really quick, which is in this sport is really good and really important because, you don't have to tell them things over and over and over again. They get it one time and it's good, and that's a plus. I saw that from the first day I was here, and coaches wise, that makes you that makes you happy.
And that saves the time, right?
Oh,
As well.
most definitely, it saves a lot of time, and we can learn a lot more.
So, as you were in Egypt last year, did you notice any similarities between the cultures?
Other than the Arabic culture, most of them, the religion is Muslim. It's a lot different there. Back in Europe, being back in Europe, it's like night and day. I embraced the culture there, because I was there for a long time, and it was my job to not only embrace the culture, try to embrace the language and the traditions of the people, and I was open arm, and I'm willing to do the exact same thing here.
It should be easier as a culture wise.
A little bit, yeah, it's a little bit easier.
So, as the board of the Rams, has managed to combine good foreign players from all over the world, mainly from the States. And as far as now, are you satisfied with the squad?
Oh, most definitely. I think the second reason I talked to when I talked to Coach Wise about coming here, some of the players that were coming here, I was like really, really excited because, like I said, this is a small world. It's a football world, but it's big, but it's really small. Some of the guys that we have now, Andre White and Charles McCray, I'd either tried to recruit those guys or tried to sign those guys or played against those guys at one point or another. So it kind of comes back around that we're all on the same team now. And for us, we got guys, Andre, Charles, Nico Shello, Leon, and everybody besides Quentin, even Quentin. I tried to sign Quentin on a pro level, and he went through CFL, and I tried to sign him. So it kind of comes back around that we kind of meet at this point, And Andre put it like, yeah, it's a small world, and it's imagine that how we could meet back up in this one place.
So now Rams for 2017 is like a wish list for you.
Exactly, exactly. I got everything I want. It's like Christmas all year.
Cool. So, as your first month is over here, have you noticed any domestic prospects? Like, what do you think about building a new development program with the young kids?
I think a lot of the kids are really eager. I think once we get them on a steady program, I mean, it's nothing but the sky's the limit. You have the facilities here, and the guys are really eager to learn, especially a lot of the young guys. They're really eager to learn. They're like sponges. They soak up everything. And for the long term, that's a plus for any coach.
Yeah. So as you mentioned also, what do you think about the facilities of the Rams?
It's really nice, especially some of the places I've been around Europe and especially in Egypt. I mean, this is top notch. It's similar to what you see in larger universities in America. I mean, really nice facilities, clean, and the university does everything they can to help us. I mean, that's the plus because I've been in 2 other universities outside of Europe that, we didn't really get any, assistance from, even though we were winning championships.
So, Coach B, what's your goals for this upcoming season?
Of course, winning the championship, being top defense in Europe, also expanding outside. If we're playing in any league that we're playing in, that to be competitive, to where, especially on defense, that teams don't want to play us. They don't want to see our guys, and they're still trying to figure out, even months after they play us, what was those guys doing, and that's what we want. We play a lot of different things, and we're going to prepare, week to week to whoever we play. And I think my goal is not only success, because coming in as a coach with a team that won a championship before, that's the toughest thing. It's easier to build a team that's been losing, but you never want to go from top to bottom. So to continue and move further up, that's the goal. That's the goal for us.
So, we're glad to have you with us today and for the season, Coach B. Any last words for the followers?
Just stay tuned. We're gonna sell a lot of popcorn, and we're gonna put on some show. All right, it's our job to entertain them, and I hope we fill the stadiums and the games with a lot of fans. We're gonna bring on a lot of fans this year.
And they gonna enjoy the games, right?
Oh, most definitely, most definitely.
And will there be like a tough team on?
Oh, every team we consider is tough. We're not gonna take any opponent lightly. And I think a little fear for us makes us better players, makes us better coaches. We coach the best, we'll play the best. So we're not going to take anybody lightly and say, well, these opponents are light. No, we're not going to do that. Every game for us is going to be like a championship game, and we're going to go through the season just like that.
That's great. That's great. So here we are with Coach Bones from the United States with us for Rams 2017, and thank you for the interview, Coach, and stay tuned for the next one.